Welcome back, everybody, for episode 15 of Hit the Books podcast, here to bring you week 15 of the NFL season. Let's get rolling with what we did last week. We did all right. I myself went 2-2, Mackie as well going 2-2, and Huff going 2-0, undefeated on the week. Week 15 coming for us, coming in hot. What do you guys think?
Coming off a good weekend for me personally, only 2 picks, but didn't really want to go too crazy. Down some units on the season right now, trying to make my way back up. Nice little 2-unit weekend to come back. Let's see what we can do here this weekend. We got some Thursday football. Now that college football's done for a little bit, we got some Saturday NFL action, and obviously we always got our typical Sunday slate and the Monday night to cap it off. So definitely excited for week 15, see what we can do here. Tough spreads, but I really like what we're going to do this weekend.
Love it, love it. Go ahead, Mackie.
I got absolutely shafted on that Browns -2.5 last week. It happens. We deal with it and we keep going. Ready for a good week this week.
I'm not gonna lie. Me and you had a little FaceTime call. I wasn't watching the game. I checked the score, 17-0 Browns. I'm like, oh my god, thank God he put 2 units on that. And then I checked the score at the end, or whenever I FaceTimed you, I was like, dude, what is going on?
I could do nothing but laugh about it. You can't write that up. You can't.
Exactly.
You can't fix. Like, come on.
Brett Huntley.
Mad
24-6 at half. 24-22 final.
Unreal game.
You really can't make that
terrible
up.
I shed a tear for you, Mackie.
That happened in a lot of games this weekend. Like, you look at the Bucks. We had the Bucks. They were killing. I text you guys at halftime. Bucks up 24-3 at half. Keep the foot on the gas pedal. Game goes to overtime. 49ers up 17-6. Game goes to overtime.
Yeah,
Vikings dominating the Steelers at halftime. Steelers come back. It's a game at the goal line. Like, it was a crazy weekend for games. I mean, like you said, you had a bad beat on the one, but we got out. You recovered on the Bucks, at least half of that. So thank God we got Bucks on that. I mean, I didn't have the Browns. I really like the Browns, but anytime someone on this podcast throws a pick out there, if that doesn't mean just because I don't take it, doesn't mean I'm not rooting for it. So.
All right, let's jump right into our games here this week, boys. Week 15, Thursday, December 16th, 8:20 p.m. We have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers. Chiefs coming in at -3, money line at -164, and the over-under at 52. Kansas City is 5-0 straight up in its last 5. 5-0 straight up in its last 5 on the road against the Chargers. Over and 4 out of the Chargers' last 5 games at home. Over 52.5. Over 52, excuse me. What do we think?
I like the Chargers here. Or not the Chargers. You can cut that out. I like the Chiefs here with the points, actually, -3. I think that this game is going to get higher in the spread. Deeper for Kansas City is -3, is sitting at 114 right now. I definitely want to get it at 3 while I can. I think this is the kind of game where the Chargers are going to do a typical Charger move late in the season. Big divisional game at home. This kind of game where they're right in that middle of the pack of the NFL with the teams that all have, I think there's like 16 teams with 7 or 6 wins. So it's like, and they're definitely in that bunch with half of the league. So I think it's the kind of game where the Chargers kind of drop off and miss playoffs. I said the same thing about the Bengals last week. And those are just 2 teams that when the season's on the line, I just don't have too much faith putting my money on those teams.
Yeah, I agree here. I don't think the Chargers are going to give the Chiefs much of a battle, especially after already beating them in Kansas City. I think Pat Mahomes is really going to come in and put up a 40-piece on them.
Yeah, coming off that game last week, what was it, 48-9? You had the Chiefs. That was an amazing pick.
The Chiefs are really proving it. They're just showing everyone that they're still exactly who we thought they were at the beginning of the season.
They're turning it on right in the time for playoffs.
And I think it's kind of a disrespectful line for the Chiefs. I mean, I know Chris Jones is out for this game, but I mean the Chargers, Derwin James is questionable. They got a big Asante Samuel Jr. questionable. There's a lot of question marks on the side of the ball for the Chargers. So I know they're a home dog on Thursday Night Football, but when the lights
divisional
are the brightest,
matchup.
When the lights are the brightest, I'm putting my money on Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride that.
As far as the total, over under 52. That's tough. I either could see the Chiefs just blow this out and the Chargers not scoring many, or if like a nice little close game, Chiefs end up winning this thing, maybe like 28-23 somehow. You know what I mean? If the Chargers can somehow keep up. Eckler's a good player. I think Keenan Allen's actually projected to be out of this game. I have him in fantasy. He was out last week. That was a big miss for them. Yeah, he's out. He's ruled out for this game, but he's projected 17.3 fantasy points. So take that for what it means. That happens a lot. I don't know what that means. How are you projected 17.3 fantasy points and then there's a big O next to your name?
Fantasy's not picking up on it.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs here. I think all things are pointing for the Chiefs. This time of year, you don't bet against the good teams in the NFL, and this is kind of prime example.
Yeah, good teams win in the last month of football.
Exactly.
Already moving into our Saturday games. We got two here. 4:30, the Las Vegas Raiders at the Cleveland Browns. Browns favored it at -3, money line at -158, and the over/under at 40.5. The total's gone under in 5 out of Vegas's last 7 games against Cleveland. And Cleveland is 6-2 straight up in its last 8 at home.
I think Cleveland wins this game, but I can never trust Baker Mayfield to cover a spread. Like even a
I was just
3-point
going that
spread, even a
line, yeah.
2.5-point spread, you can never trust him to cover those points. He always has to win by the shred of his fucking teeth.
I was going to say, you got a little recent bias going against the Browns right now, and I understand that fully, but I'm kind of in the same boat as you. The -3 is kind of scary. I could see, like, as we always say, a push, if anything, but if anything, I could see the Raiders kind of cover this back door, maybe like a garbage time, you know what I mean, points. I do think the Browns win the game, though, but I don't know. I'm the same way. I don't just never feel too good about laying points with the Browns.
Yeah, maybe a little parlay booster with the -165 money line.
FanDuel 158. I'm going that exact route. I've already been looking at a couple parlays throwing the Browns money line in there.
I think that's a smart move. Absolutely. Over/under here is a little odd. 40.5, lower than I expected.
I mean, they know that stat you just read to us. What was it? They've gone under in the past 5 times they've played each other?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
under in 4 out of Cleveland's last 5 games at home against Vegas. So
Cleveland's
a lot of
also
unders there.
been an under team lately.
True.
Very heavily.
What was he under last week? What was the final score? 20.
Last week it was
22?
40. I think it went over because they had 46. Yeah, the over under was 44. But like 2 weeks, the
I
2
was
weeks
gonna
before
say, when
that,
you
it
were
was,
saying 46, I thought you were literally about to say it was 46 and a half. I was gonna be like, it doesn't surprise me at all.
nah. But the 2 weeks before that, it was they lost 16-10. The week before that, they won 13-10.
Yeah.
They're just not really. Their defense is playing well. Offense is just not putting points up. So
And that you got to look at the quarterback.
yeah, it always falls on him.
Yeah. This next game I do like though a lot, but for that sake of that last game, I'm leaning more towards Browns to just win it outright. I don't know if I like the -3.
Good call. Good call. Saturday primetime game. Patriots at the Colts. Colts favored it at -2.5. Money line at -138 and the over/under at 45.5. New England is 5-0 straight up in its last 5 against the Colts. 5-0 straight up in its last 5 on the road. Indianapolis is 4-1 straight up in its last 5. So 2 teams doing well as of lately. What do we think's going to happen in this matchup?
As you said, these are definitely 2 of the hotter teams in the NFL right now. They're both coming off a bye, if I'm correct, right?
No,
Who the Colts play last week?
well maybe you're right.
No, they're both coming off a bye. This is both teams coming off a bye.
Yeah, you're right.
That really changes things for me on here. I just can't coming into this looking at this game first. I won't be betting against the Patriots while they're on this streak until they prove me wrong that they look like they're kind of unbeatable to teams. I mean, I don't know if I'd say unbeatable to like top tier. Like, I don't know if I'm betting Patriots over the Chiefs in the playoffs, but this kind of game, I just think this kind of game, Carson Wentz interception or 2 to that really good New England defense. I think New England wins this game outright.
Yeah, this kind of looks like a trap line, -2.5. I mean, Patriots are clearly the best team in the football in football right now. I mean, they're home. Oh no, never mind. They're on the road.
It's in Indy, in a dome.
They are
so.
on the road. Okay, well,
Home team field goal.
I don't
Two hot
know.
teams, home team gets a field goal.
This is weird. I'm gonna take the under 45.5.
It's not a bad play.
Two good defenses.
I do think the Colts are going to struggle to put points up on the board. Kind of goes with what I said. I do like the Patriots to win this thing outright, though.
I think they both struggle to put up points on the board, but I do think the Patriots come out on top. I hope to God they don't, but it's my last stand.
I was going to say, you with that divisional bet is like me with the Steelers right now. Whenever I said last week Bengals and Ravens or whatever that was 2 weeks ago, you were like, are you just giving up? And that's me right now. I'm like, are you just giving up on that divisional bet?
I'm not giving up yet. If they lose this week, they play the Bills again the week after. So that's what
Bills got Carolina
to.
this week. It's a good week.
And
to
then
be a Bills
the
fan.
last 2 weeks, they both play like the Jets and Dolphins. They're not going to lose.
Yeah. So you need these next 2 weeks to go your way.
Yeah, exactly. All starts on
dead yet.
Saturday.
I was gonna say you gotta hope Jonathan Taylor doesn't go off again in a game like this. I mean, that's kind of what I'm hoping. I say Patriots win this thing outright. I do think their defense can contain him, though. He's gonna get on the board like he does every other week. That any 10 touchdowns a lock. He's gonna get the Colts' first touchdown. I don't know the first touchdown of the game. I do think he scores first team touchdown. I won't be taking that, but it's been. I mean, I think he's like plus 150 for that. Like, it's like not even worth taking.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Alrighty, and now that wraps up our Saturday games. Let's move into our Sunday 1 o'clock games. First, we're looking at the Washington football team at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles favored it at -5. The money line at -230 and the over-under at 44. Both teams coming in this week sit at 6 and 7. The total has gone under in 7 out of Washington's last 8 games. In Philadelphia is 6 and 2 straight up and against the spread in its last 8 against Washington.
I thought you were going to say in their last 8. I was going to say Philly 6 and 2 against the spread in their last 8. I was going to say no way.
No way.
I don't know why Washington's a 5-point underdog. It's looking like it's going higher. I'm going to ride Washington.
Yeah, Philly's absolutely dog shit at home too, so I'm going to take Washington. I'll probably even take a money line.
I like that 190 money line. I didn't want to say it, but I like that. The fact that point spread just keeps going up, the money line could touch 2 units.
I don't really understand the spread. It doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense. It should be Philly by 3.
All right, next we have the Carolina Panthers at the Buffalo Bills. Bills coming in this game favorited at -10.5. The money line at -500 and the over-under at 43.5. The total has gone over in 4 out of Carolina's last 5 games. Carolina is 10 and 3 against the spread in their last 13 on the road, and Buffalo is 10 and 3 straight up in their last 13 at home.
Ten and a half's tough. I took a big spread last week with the Packers -12.5. I don't know. Like we always say, it's different in prime time than a Sunday 1 o'clock game. I usually like the bigger spreads more in like the non-prime time slate, but I don't know. Bills -10.5. I wish it was just 10 or 9.5. I would like them to win by 10. I don't know. What are you thinking, Mackie?
I don't really know. I mean, I think the Bills definitely come out on top here.
Yeah.
They could slaughter them by 30. I'm not ruling it out. I don't know. It's gonna be a weird game. Carolina's weirdly sneaky.
Yeah, they're on our teams that we don't like anymore. Don't like Carolina. Buffalo, they've been not too good as of late. You said it in the last podcast. They haven't been able to get things clicking, and they went down to Buffalo. They went down to Tampa Bay, and they didn't look good in the first half, but things started clicking for them in the second half, forced overtime, and then Tom Brady just took over the game in the overtime.
Yeah, I mean, even though that game went to overtime, I think Josh Allen played like absolute dog shit. I think that whole Bills team played like dog shit.
Yeah, they did not look good.
Even going to overtime, I mean, they snuck that one in. They got lucky. Obviously, didn't get a win out of it, but they made it respectable. But I don't think that should have been a game at all.
I agree, and it's just so tough. The Bills at home, they should be winning games. Like we always say, like we said last week when I took the Packers, Aaron, I literally listened to the end of the podcast like this morning just because I didn't finish the past couple minutes of it. When we were talking about that Sunday night game, I was sitting here saying I love the Packers with the points and all that stuff. You said this is prime time Aaron Rodgers football, Sunday night against the Bears, freezing cold weather. What happened? They looked bad in the first half. I was texting Jesse like, this is rigged, this is rigged, this is rigged. And then I go, forget it's rigged. I just got a pick six, and now Packers are up 14. I started instant flip. That's the story of my life, gambling. I either hate it or love it. I mean, that's everyone, but I mean, that Packer game Sunday Night Football was easily the most roller coaster of emotions I have ever had betting a spread.
I mean, they were down 14, then they were up 8 within the matter of like 5 minutes. It was ridiculous.
Bar none. Most crazy like roller coaster game I've ever bet a spread on, let alone a 12.5 point spread. And like you said, we were down 14 at one point. I say we like I'm a Packer. I was down. You know what I mean? Like, that was crazy. And then, oh my God, when the Bears kicked that field goal to make it a 15-point game, and then the onside kick, oh my God.
Did they get that onside kick?
Yeah, dude, there was 4 successful onside kicks
Wow, look at that.
this week. Last night, Cardinals got one, and then there was 3 on Sunday. I could be wrong about that Packers game. I think they got it because I was a little worried. I know last night, Cardinals got one. There was 4 onside kicks recovered this weekend, and there was also a punt return.
That is insane. Alrighty, moving forward, we have the New York Jets at the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins coming in this game favored it at 8.5 points. Money line at minus 390 and the over-under at 42. The total has gone under in 6 out of the Jets' last 7 games against Miami, but over in 7 out of the last 10 games, the Jets. Miami is 5-0 straight up in its last 5 games at home against the Jets.
Mackie, I feel like you're our podcast kind of like Miami guy. I don't know. You've taken Miami a couple times. You're kind of high on them when they were low. I mean, I'm not gonna say you predicted them to come back from what were they 1-6, but you definitely had faith in them through that losing streak.
Yeah, they were 1-7, and how often do you see a 1-7 team turn around and be 6-7 at some point in the season, looking for a playoff spot? I think Tua coming back really helped them turn around their season. They've been playing really well since then. I think they definitely can cover the spread right now. They're rolling right now. They need their wins. They know they need their wins. They come out to every game hot. Jets aren't really playing for anything. Their offensive line looks like shit. They don't give Zach Wilson any time to even throw the ball. I think they can win this game by 3 touchdowns.
I'm kind of right with you on that one. I was gonna say they win this game by 10, maybe 13 or more. Jets have just can't bet on the Jets, and on the road too. Like you said, Zach Wilson. Nothing's really going for the Jets right now. They had those couple weeks where people were betting their point spreads on the plus, and they were covering, but that's gone away for me at least. I haven't bet them all season. I don't think I'm going to start right now in a divisional matchup against Miami. That being said, I like the Dolphins with the points. As far as the over-under, I don't know. These are like the 2 teams where I'm like, I usually like to play their under because one of them usually sucks. But I don't know. It's tough over-under. If it was a little higher, I'd love the under, but 42 is tough.
Yeah, I can't touch an over-under at 42. I messed up on that last week.
Yeah, you did. I'm not saying I didn't like it when you said it, but I'm just saying, yeah, you didn't hit on that.
It didn't fall in my favor. That happens.
It didn't. You didn't end up on the right side of 42. Put it that way.
Right. Right. So I like the Dolphins with the points there, like you said, Huff. I think they win by like 10. I think it's something around that area.
Big spreads like this, it's all about who gets the first touchdown. Like if the Jets go down the field, like get the ball first and make it 7-0, and then say Miami gets the ball back and like 3 and out or no points, that's when like spreads like this, you start to really get in trouble. Like me with the Packers on Sunday, I started freaking out when they were down, 10-0. And it's like the chances of them turning around and covering games when it's that big of a spread are just slim. So games like this, you kind of, especially a team like Miami that's not the Packers, that's not the Bucks, you know what I mean? One of these like top tier NFL teams. They might be hot, and yeah, they're hot, but this kind of game, the Dolphins need to get points on the board first. I'm not saying they're not going to be able to recover in the second half. The Jets are terrible, but You just feel way better about a spread like this when you're the first team scoring the touchdown.
Totally agree, honestly. Alrighty, next 1:00 game, we have the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. Cowboys coming to this game favored at minus 10.5, money line at minus 500, and the over/under at 44.5. Dallas is 8-1 straight up in its last 9 against the Giants, and the total's gone under in 6 out of Dallas's last 7, under in 9 out of the Giants' last 10 at home, and under in 6 out of the Giants' last 7 games. So a lot of unders lately.
Yeah, I mean, I can see this one going under as well. I mean, Dallas playing well. Is Daniel Jones playing, or is that Mike Glennon still
He's
playing?
still just looking that up. He's still listed as questionable.
Yeah, I mean, if Mike Glennon plays this game, I really like the under, and I really like Dallas to cover. I could see like a 27-7 game, something like that. Giants not really putting up a lot of points. Dallas looks good. I mean, they looked good last week. They got the job done. They did what they needed to do. I mean, they're only a game out of that one spot, so they're just gonna keep rolling, trying to keep winning games.
Jackie, did you hear about that? Did you see what the live spread was going into kickoff for Washington Dallas last week?
Would not.
6.5. And
Okay, what was
so
before?
it was. I think Jesse got Cowboys -4.
Oh wow, so it kept going up.
So it kept going up. So Jesse made the good pick at the low line, but they did end up covering 6.5, as I'm sure you know. But how it happened was it was 27-14. Washington's driving down the field. They get in the end zone. They line up for an extra point to make it a 6-point game. Cover for the 6.5. I think it was like a minute 20 left, something really low in the second quarter. Cowboys blocked the extra point. Bro, like, you imagine you're like, oh,
they shouldn't have covered that game anyway, though. They were down the entire game by double digits.
Exactly. And that when I was talking about crazy comebacks, there's another one. I totally forgot Dallas was up 17-0.
Yeah, 18.
Was it 18?
Yeah, because they were up 11-0, and they made it 18.
Yeah, you're right. I was at work. I didn't watch.
It might have even been
until the
21
late
or
games on
something.
Sunday.
Yeah, it might have even been 21 at some point.
Yeah, Dallas. I mean, Michael Parsons looks really good.
Yeah, they do look good. Gotta keep it up.
Yeah. That being said, you're Mr. Giants cover. You're not on the Giants here.
Yeah, they've been. That was the beginning of the season trend. They've not been doing very well.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. You were always saying Giants cover. Giants cover. They don't win, but they cover.
They did in the beginning. They haven't been doing that recently.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I do like Dallas with the points here.
Alrighty, next we have the Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bringing it home to Pittsburgh. The Titans are favored in Pittsburgh at -2. Money line at -130, and the over/under at 41.5. Both teams coming in this week. Oh, that's not correct. Sorry. I put that stat for the wrong teams. The total has gone over in 7 out of Tennessee's last 8 games on the road. Tennessee is 7-2 straight up in its last 9. And Pittsburgh is 4-0-1 straight up in its last 5 at home.
I'll be in attendance for this game. I'm really looking forward to it. Initially bought tickets for this game to see Derrick Henry. He's going to be out of this game. It's my second time this season going to a Steeler game to see a specific player on the away team, and they're not being hurt. Thank you very much, Russell Wilson. But home dog, Heinz Field, 4-0-1 in their last 5 at Heinz Field. I'll take Steelers +2.
Steelers are going to win this game. It's just how things go.
I agree.
I mean, the spread's 2 points for a reason. They're telling you. They're asking you to take the Tennessee -2.5 just so they can.
They want everyone to be like, Steelers suck. Tennessee's only a 2-point favorite. Take it.
Yeah, exactly. There's no shot they win this game. I mean, Steelers money line.
I like the only thing that's questioning me. T.J. Watt. He left that game against Minnesota in the second half. What's crazy is we were getting run all over in the first half when he was in the game, and he left, and somehow things turned around. I don't know. I'm not going to say there's any correlation to that, but. Whatever Tomlin said to the boys at halftime definitely got him going. But I think I'm with you right here on this one. I think Steelers win this game outright. A little personal stat. Steelers are 3-0-1 whenever I go to games this season. So I'm looking to make it 4-0-1. Yes,
like
was
that stat.
Yes,
I
I was at the
really like
tie
that
against
stat.
Detroit. I was at the tie against Detroit, 3-0-1.
That's like equal to 3 losses. You have a 500 record.
Yeah, I spent money on a ticket to go watch us tie Detroit, but we're not going to talk about that.
All about the experience.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the over/under here?
I actually think the game goes over.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it'll be like a back and forth, like
I think
fourth quarter battle. Like
27-23 Steelers win.
a lot of scoring in the fourth quarter.
Typical Steelers game, maybe like 23-20, like the Seattle game that went to overtime, but I'm not saying this game goes to overtime. I love the Steelers outright here.
28-27 Steelers.
Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. For a second, I thought Steelers were a 2-point favorite. I was going to be like, wait, so you're taking Tennessee? But no. Okay.
No, Steelers win by 1.
Yeah,
I think Titans have the push, and Steelers kick a field goal and win it.
I like it.
Love it. A lot of favorite on the Steelers this week. Next, we got the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars favored it at -3.5, money line at -180, and the over/under at 39.5. Both teams coming into this week at 2-11. Houston is, oh my gosh. Sorry. Houston is 5-0 straight up in its last 5 games when playing Jacksonville. And the total has gone under in 5 out of Jacksonville's last 5 games.
I love Houston with the points here. Nothing is going for Jacksonville right now. They're already talking about if Urban Meyer is even going to make it to the end of the season. Week 15, I don't know how you can't make it to the end of the season at this point. If they give up on you now and you're not a playoff team, that's embarrassing. But I also think he's coaching himself out of Jacksonville at this point. He's like, fire me, pay me my $4 million that you owe me. If you fire me, boom, I'm out. I love Texans with the points here. I just think nothing is going for Jacksonville. I cannot make them a 4-point favorite for sure. But let me make sure the boy is – who's a quarterback for Houston? Is it Tyrod Taylor or is it Davis
I
Mills?
think it's David Mills.
It's looking like it's going to be David Mills. Is it David or Davis? Davis Mills.
Is it Davis?
Yeah, there's an S.
No way.
No way.
Oh my god, it is Davis Mills.
Yeah,
but did you see all that shit about Urban Meyer going at like all of his other coaches?
No.
He was saying like he was like making them. I don't know if this is a joke or not, but I'm pretty sure it was.
No, I did hear about this. I
he
didn't
was
know
like
what
making
happened.
them like proved. He was like, "What have you done? You've done nothing for like his accolades and shit." I guess.
Yeah, and they're all like, "Dude, those are Big Ten championships. Welcome to the NFL." Like,
yeah, like
don't
exactly.
Give a shit about Ohio State.
He's just not ready for the NFL, and he's not.
He's so living in the past.
He can't.
Ohio State.
He just thought he'd be able to come to the NFL and show everyone what's up. And the only reason I like Jacksonville in this game is because I want Trevor Lawrence to get another win. I like him, so I think they can win this game. I don't think they cover a 4-point spread. No shot.
I was gonna say you can't take them on the 3.5. They have not earned a 3.5-point spread.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely maybe money line. I don't even think that's worth it, but
yeah, 180 like, and that's not even. I wouldn't even call that a parlay boost because it's not a given.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're gonna, this is my. I mean, if you like Jacksonville, you like Jacksonville. But I just think if you're gonna place a bet on this game, I think the safe play is Houston with the points. But like I always say, 2 bad teams, I feel more comfortable giving than taking.
Yeah, for sure.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Last 1:00 game here. We got the Arizona Cardinals at the Detroit Lions. Big spread here for the Cardinals at -13.5, money line at -750, and the over/under at 47.5. Arizona is 5-0 straight up and against the spread in its last 5 games on the road. And the total has gone over in 5 out of Detroit's last 5 games when playing at home against Arizona.
What did you have on that game last night?
Say again.
What did you put on the game last night, Rams at Cardinals?
I had well, I'm an idiot. Not really an idiot, but I got fucked. I took Rams first quarter. They score with like 45 seconds into the second quarter. They score a touchdown. So I got fucked on that one. But I took Rams money line for 150, and then I doubled down when they were down 3-0. So I won like $300 off Rams money line.
I was gonna say I was thinking you were gonna say you took Cardinals. Then on the podcast you said you like Cardinals, but I was saying
I did. I love the Cardinals. I did like the Cardinals, but then I was thinking
everyone and
about
their
it.
mother was on the Cardinals last night, dude.
Exactly. That's why I was like, and this is a game where the Rams probably win. Like this is like just how like the season goes. They got to win some. They can't like get swept by them. So
I was gonna say that's what I said last week in the podcast. I said it's so hard to sweep a team in a division. I don't care who's playing at home and on the road, but especially two teams like that. Like when we're talking the divisional
exactly.
matchup, Miami, New York Jets, it's like two bad teams. Those are two top tier teams. I know Rams haven't been good of late, but they're still showing that they can play with anyone. Top
Yeah,
tier
they're
team in the
gonna.
NFC. But that being said, like to get back to my point, I had the first time I ever did this. I took the underdog spread for a full unit and I half united the money line. Obviously, both hit, and I parlayed my plus 3.5 with Sony Michel over on the rushing yards, also hitting. Great
He
Monday
played
night for
well.
me. Yeah, it was a great Monday night for me. Clearly for you too. I'm glad we were able to make some money last night.
Yeah, I actually ended up losing money because of other bets, but
Mm.
kept me afloat.
You could have just left that out.
Gotta be honest, you know.
That's all that matters. Would you get the Rams money line out live?
Plus 115. They were
What's your spread?
driving. They were driving. It was right after the
I think.
interception.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I got. What was my initial Rams money line?
I got
Rams
him
money line
initially. I got him initially at plus
35.
135. Yeah.
That's what I got him at. I got 135, and then my two leg with the spread and Sony Michel rushing yards was 120. I didn't take Sony Michel over 68.5, which is what he was actually set at. I lowered it to like 54.5. I think he hit it almost like beginning of the third quarter when they got the ball on that drive. So,
Well, he
uh,
was used like he was used a lot because of Henderson being out, and he was their only
exactly. That's what
option.
I saw that on Twitter. They said that with him out, expect a big workload for Sony Michel, and I just said with how pass heavy the Rams are, I think that opens up the running game for them. And even a guy like Michelle is able to exploit defenses with only getting 60 yards and no touchdown. I think he actually ended up with 72. He did go over his actual rushing prop, but I
Dude,
felt
he
a little
played
more.
well. I mean, he was hitting holes. He was like yards after contact. I don't know. He was playing well.
I think that was a really underrated addition for the Rams. I mean, last year they had
He's just not occupied. He's not valued on that team.
no, because I mean, the guy they're really missing is Akers.
Yeah.
He's good. Last year, that dude was good.
I mean, you seem to throw any running back in that system, and they seem to be doing all right. So
Exactly, because of like what I just said, the passing game is so elite that it opens up the running holes.
it's kind of like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He wouldn't be much if he wasn't in Kansas City.
Exactly, and I still can't believe the Chiefs took him at the last pick of that first round.
Yeah, I know. Unbelievable.
It's the Chiefs, so they could afford to do it, but I feel like they could have got like a big piece for their defense there. I've never actually looked back at that draft and see who was still there, but yeah, that surprised me too. But like you said, that the Rams are just able to put it seems like anyone in at running back with when things are clicking and when McVay has everything going for him on the coaching side. So, but back to the game that got us to that sidetrack conversation: Arizona at Detroit. Detroit a 13.5 point underdog plus 530 on the money line and over unders 47.5. I like the Cardinals to cover here.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't throw any money on it, but I do think they cover the spread.
Mm-hmm. I think in the dome in Detroit, I just think people keep saying Detroit covers. They haven't been covering, so.
And Cardinals coming off of a blow or
A losing outright game
a
as a
loss
favorite.
that they have to
This is
get
a big
rid
game.
of.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, I'm not gonna say the Cardinals are gonna lose this game, but
They can't fuck around.
exactly. They're gonna come out hot. I think it could be 14-0 before the Lions even blink.
We'll see.
13.5 points is just so darn big. I don't know how you even fathom that.
I mean, I took 12.5 against the Bears, but
I know, but it feels so different.
yeah. That's why
Yeah.
I don't mind 12.5 is nice because a lot of times teams will win by 13.
Right. Very true. Alrighty, next we have the Atlanta Falcons at the San Francisco 49ers. We got the 49ers favored at -8.5, the money line at -430, and the over-under at 46. Atlanta is 5-1 straight up and against the spread in its last 6 games on the road. And San Francisco is 4-1 straight up and against the spread in its last 5.
Why are the 49ers so bad at home? Like, they're like Philly. Like, they're such a better team on the road. I said last week, I like the 49ers over the actually, I don't think I gave a pick last week on that 49ers Bengals game. I think you said Bengals, and I think I was leaning more towards the Bengals for their sake of the division, but 49ers, they look good on the road. I mean, I know they gave up that lead, but this game, I like the Falcons plus 8.5, and it kills me to say that.
I mean, there's a lot of teams that are like that. Even the Falcons, they're 1-5 at home and they're 5-2 on the road. Patriots also, they're undefeated on the road. They don't have a winning record at home. I mean,
I guess there is a lot more examples of that now that you pointed out to me.
yeah, Falcons being 5-2 on the road and 49ers 2-4 at home. I don't know. I really like this Falcon spread here, plus 8.5.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think everything's pointing towards Falcons, especially after you just read me both teams' records, 5-2 on the road, and what'd you say, 2-4 at home?
Yeah. I don't know. Falcons been playing well. They've been surprising me, definitely surprising you. I know you're the biggest Falcons hater.
Yeah, I can't do it with them. I'm not even a Falcons hater. They're just like, they're that stereotypical
They
team
give you
that
so much reason.
I see too many memes, don't bet on the Falcons, so I just don't bet on the Falcons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, there's those clowns that bet on the Falcons and lose every week. So
I was gonna say my favorite meme ever is whenever people like a Falcon spread and they use that thing from the movie, from the Stephen King movie with the Pennywise clown. And he's like, "Hey guys, are you ready to beat the shit out of me?" That's my favorite meme for any sports betting thing ever. But yeah, I like Falcons with the points here. I really do. It's looking like it's going to go up. If you can get Falcons at 8 or better, I really like the Falcons.
Yeah, I agree.
Next 4 o'clock game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Denver Broncos. Broncos favored here at -1.5, the money line at -126, and the over-under at 43.5. Both teams coming into this week at 7-6. Cincinnati is 5-1 against the spread in its last 6 on the road against Denver. 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 on the road. Denver is 9-1 straight up in its last 10 games when playing at home against Cincinnati. What do we think?
I like the Bengals to come in and get a win here. I think they're coming off 2 tough losses. They could have used both wins, both valuable games that they lost, but I mean they gotta win one here. They gotta win something. I think they win this game.
And like I've been saying, there's a lot of teams right now that are kind of in that mix for the playoffs. Things can really go one way or the other in this week and next week, and I think the Denver Broncos are one of those teams that are in that middle pack that are going to fall right out of it. So this is a game they're going to lose at home. I think Bengals plus 108 money line is disrespectful. I think it should be more of a pick of -108, -108 kind of idea. Not saying it's like a huge difference. You're if you put $100 on it, you're getting $8 more. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, but the line's definitely off.
Exactly. I think Bengals should be -1.
Yeah, I think the Bengals should be favored. I just think going to the Mile High City, they definitely bring that into play a lot.
Yeah, I always forget that. You always remind
whenever
me
teams
that.
go into Denver, they always make the spread a little more drastic than it would be going somewhere else.
The over/under is always set a little higher too.
Yeah.
Good stuff, good stuff. I'm excited for this next game. 4:30, Green Bay Packers at the Baltimore Ravens. Packers coming to this game favored at 4.5 points, money line at -215, the over-under at 43.5. I got a couple good trends for this one. Packers are 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 games as the favorite. Ravens are 13-2 against the spread in their last 15 when playing as the underdog. Ravens are 5-1 straight up and against the spread since 2015 as home underdogs.
Hasn't been a lot of those games.
Did you say since 2015?
Yeah.
They've been you say 5-1, right?
Yeah.
They've been an underdog 6 times at home in
home
6
underdog.
years.
It makes sense. I mean, how many teams do they play that would be like favored over them at home?
Yeah, every time they play, even when the Steelers are good, every time they play the Steelers, it's always a pick 'em.
Yeah, then you got to think like probably like Chiefs ones.
Yeah, it's probably. I guarantee the game they lost was probably the game that it was that crazy game. You know what I mean? It was like really high scoring, and it was
It
Lamar
was
versus
against the
Mahomes.
Chiefs.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's the one that they didn't cover at home. Actually, you're right.
Yeah. But that being said, I do like Baltimore here +5. I kind of even like a money line. I think this is a game the Packers could lose. They're just kind of, I mean, they're just winning game after game. They're just getting into a groove here. I mean, I think this is definitely a game that they could lose.
I was kind of leaning towards the same thing. I don't know. I think maybe it wouldn't surprise me Packers win this thing, but I am leaning more towards Baltimore with the points. Both quarterbacks coming into this game banged up. Lamar Jackson leaving last week, and with what was it, his ankle, Mackie?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, they said the MRI is good. He's supposed to play on Sunday. Rodgers, after that Sunday night game, reveals he was playing through a toe injury in the second half.
Well,
playing
no,
through a toe.
he has a broken toe or something. He said that he's playing.
Oh yeah,
for the
he
whole
said he was
season.
playing with it the rest of the year.
Yeah.
He said that like 4 weeks ago, right? 5 weeks ago now.
Yeah, Harbaugh plans to start Lamar versus Packers.
Yeah.
He said if he can
both
go, he'll
quarterbacks are
go.
expected to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. I like the over.
I do if Lamar plays.
Yeah, if both quarterbacks play, I love the over 43.5.
I think it also shoots up to like 46 if both quarterback plays.
I agree. That could be one of my snag it now and maybe delete it going later into this week. If I don't like it as much.
Good deal. Good deal. Alrighty. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. Got the Rams favored at -4. Money line at -210 and the over-under at 45.5.
Divisional game. This line just shifted. It's now -200 for the Rams. I think I like Seattle with the points, but I don't know. I had the Rams last night, and they look good. When that defense looks good, it just looks like no one can score on them.
Nah, Rams probably cover this game. I don't know. I can't. Seattle's not very good.
I was just gonna say it's the fact that the Rams are home, and they just did that in Arizona. I don't know if I can pick against them against Seattle.
Plus, that defensive pressure against that offensive line is going to be absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, every time Seattle, like last year in the playoffs when Seattle played the Rams, it was Aaron Donald teabagging Russell Wilson every play.
Yeah, he probably like felt bad by the end.
Yeah. Did you see the play last night? Aaron Donald threw the center into Kyler Murray and he got a sack.
I didn't, but that's insane.
The first play of the game, it was 1st and 10. Aaron Donald gets single teamed. This is the reason you don't single team him. He throws the center. He just pushes him into Kyler. Kyler's so small, he just stumbles down and falls.
It's like dominoes.
They credit him with a sack, dude. It was so funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll ride with you on that one, Rams, with the points.
Good deal. Good deal. For the Sunday primetime game, we have the New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers favored it at -10.5, money line at -500, and the over/under at 46.5. The Bucs have covered in all 4 games this year as a double-digit home favorite. The over is 17-6 in Tampa Bay's last 23 divisional games. And the Saints are 13-4-1 against the spread in their last 18 as the underdog.
I said we know what the trend has been turned to. It went from underdogs to favorites. Tampa Bay, after that shitty second half last week, they still end up covering. I think they cover.
Yeah, I think they cover here too. I don't think the Saints are very good, especially with Trevor Siemian in the quarterback position. I think Bucs rolled them over here.
I agree there, Mackie. I kind of like the over here as well. 46.5. I think I'm going to take it. I think this is going to be a Tom Brady show, and then the Saints are just going to kind of tack on some points and Getting over 46.5.
Yeah, I do like that. I think this game goes over. If I don't know if I'm going to play it, but I do like the Bucks with the points.
All good stuff. All good stuff. Monday primetime game, the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. Got the Vikings favored at -4, the money line at -180, and the over-under at 44. The Bears are 1-11 straight up, 2-10 against the spread in their last 12 games as the underdog. And the Bears are 2-12 against the spread in their last 14 conference games. And the Vikings are 2-10 against the spread in their last 12 Monday night road games.
I'm pretty sure that Kirk Cousins stat is from Monday Night Football, the one that he's like 0-8.
It is.
That being said, I actually love the Vikings here, -3.5, but I guess not anymore. I don't know. Vikings aren't very good on the road this year. Give me Chicago +3.5.
4 on Fan. It's going to get dropped to 3.5, but you can get 4 on FanDuel right now.
All right, Chicago +4.
You're like, all right, fuck it.
I'll take that extra half point.
As you know, that comes around into play a lot more than it doesn't. But yeah, that being said, I do like the Bears with the points here. At home, prime time, the Kirk Cousins stat that everyone knows. It's just tough. 4 points. If they can play like they did against Packers, they'll win this thing outright.
Yeah, but I doubt it.
I agree.
I think they're gonna keep it close. I don't think they're gonna be able to pull the win off.
Yeah, as much as I don't know if I'll be taking it, but I do like Bears with the points if you're looking for a pick. It's the only Monday night game on that night. I'll probably be betting it. I don't know if it's gonna be on my card though.
Alrighty, and now for the time of the podcast that everybody comes forward, the team card as well as the individual cards, stating all our picks for Week 15 here. This week for the team card, we have Chiefs -3. That is going to be the only pick on the team card. I think we all like it a lot. I think it's going to be a solid pick. What do you guys think about that one?
Team cards Thursday night, and that's it.
That's it. Get it done early.
Get it done right.
Right. Alrighty, and for myself, I'm going to have Steelers money line, over 41.5 in Titans Steelers, and over 46.5 in Bucks Saints. I'm liking all those picks. I'm really excited for them. Let's have a good week this week. Go ahead, Huff.
I do like those picks. As far as me personally, I'm going to give the Steelers the points here just in case it were to be a little last second, like 28-27 Titan win. I do think Steelers win this game outright. I'm just going to give them the points just because. I like over 43.5 in Ravens Packers pending Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson are both starting. And I'm going with the Sunday night's favorites again. I'm going with the Bucks -10.5.
Like those picks, Huff. Like those picks. Me myself, I'm gonna go with the football team +5. I like the +5. You guys, it's a higher line than it should be. I got the Ravens +4.5 pending Lamar Jackson active. I have under 47.5 in the Cardinals Lions game. I got the Bengals money line, and I got the Dolphins -8.5.
I like those plays.
I like all the plays this week.
I laugh every time I hear you say I got football team +5. They need a damn team name, dude.
I think they should just roll with it right now.
I mean, they're better now than they have been the entire
Yeah,
time.
honestly, they're a better franchise now than they've been.
Washington football team.
Unreal.
Yeah, I like the picks though a lot. I do.
Yeah, nice card this week.
Yeah, same thing as always. Just tune into the Instagram and everything. Make sure what's on the card stays on the card. And make sure you don't miss out on any live line changes that we take or don't take. So definitely be tuning into the card this week. We start on Thursday with the team card. And I believe none of us have a Saturday pick this week. So we're going to be team card on Thursday and everyone's individuals on Sunday. So let's hope for a good week, week 15, 15 episodes in. Let's make some money this weekend.
Looking good, looking good. Really excited for this week. Lots of good picks, like you said, Huff. Let's stay on it strong, keep on the gas pedal, and get it going. And that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Hit the Books Podcast. Be sure to check us out on our various social media platforms. Instagram at hitthebooks.pod, Twitter at hitthebooks_pod, website at hitthebookspod.com for all the latest on Hit the Books. And be sure to always study hard.
Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.